Hello, 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 beautiful people. I am back for another live with Career Gems for the Journey, live with Leah C. Murphy, and that is me. I'm going to do something a little bit different today, so I need you all to ride with me. The one thing I'm not going to do different is anybody who is with me live on any of the platforms that we're streaming to, please do drop your city in the comments. When you drop your city in the comments, I know exactly who this content is reaching, who these videos are connecting with. And I always love to know who's on the ride and who's vibing high with us live. If you're listening to this on the replay or you're in podcast mode and you're multitasking and taking care of other things, you can still drop your city in the comments after the fact. We still love to hear from you, to know where you are when you're listening to this content. So drop your city in the chat or drop exactly where you are if you're not at home or not in your home city while you're listening. So I appreciate everyone who joins us live, and I love for those who watch on the replay. You guys know I love that for you, and I love it for me too. The replay has been doing some amazing things, and I just look forward to see it continuing to grow in 2025. So last week when we were together and we were here live, this is where this gets a little bit different than the way we've done it before. When we were together last week, we welcomed in 2025. We were high energy and doing a bunch of really exciting announcements and acknowledgments. And we have some announcements and acknowledgments that we're going to do today. But I wanted to start off a little bit differently. One, because I didn't mention the last time that we were all together that, because it hadn't happened yet and the world was in a different place. So I first wanted to make sure that I acknowledge all of those who are experiencing loss due to natural disaster right now. The thing that is all over the media right now in the United States are the fires that are happening in California and the LA area. And I want to first just acknowledge and hold space for anyone who may be experiencing loss, and also all of those who are feeling maybe helpless as we are watching what is a clear, just sad experience and heartbreaking experience for anyone who is affected by it, anyone who is not affected by it, anyone who is even in the vicinity and watching it happen. It requires a lot of emotional wherewithal to navigate those kinds of situations. And I just want to make sure that I am thoughtful with myself and giving myself a lot of grace as we are navigating and watching these experiences. And my heart goes out to everyone who is actually having to live with and build from and just sit in the experience of loss. And that is just happening in other places, right? There are losses and catastrophic incidents that are happening elsewhere, but I just wanted to really acknowledge those specifically in the Los Angeles area. We want to make sure we hold space and acknowledge that sometimes it is absolutely real that we can't always only be able to speak about the things that are exciting and positive and something that we're looking forward to. Because the reality is we are whole humans. And in order to be able to channel our humanity for the things that we really do desire and want for our lives, we also have to make space for the things that are hard, that are difficult, that are challenging, and we have to acknowledge them. And we just have to have real empathy for the human experience. And I wanted to make sure that we did that today. I wanted to make sure that I said that out loud. And I want to make sure that as we go forward, there will continue to be needs for a long time, even when the media and eyes and cameras may not be there or may not be acknowledging that people are starting over and rebuilding their life. And it's a difficult time. So I wanted to acknowledge that. So first, that was what I wanted to do off of the top. And now I want to take us in a little bit different direction. So it looks like Jupiter Stone said thank you for that. And you're welcome, right? I don't know that I feel worthy of praise or acknowledgement for it, but I do feel like it's important to be human and to show up in a way that is thoughtful and empathetic, and that allows us to all acknowledge our humanity, because we're not machines. And that's what makes us the best creatures that we can be, is we're not machines, and we have feelings, we have thoughts, and we can express them, we can vocalize them, and we can come together in a community and potentially support one another. So now, as we take it that direction, we give that acknowledgement, we take it the other direction where I also have this feeling of just like, where do I sit in all that's happening in the world? Because I actually started the year celebrating my birthday. So I was celebrating my birthday and had just a really beautiful experience throughout my birthday celebration, just spending time with loved ones, my husband, my children, my friends, my parents, extended family. Like I came into the year feeling amazing and really grateful for life, really grateful to have another opportunity to continue to live another year, take another rotation around the sun, and actually do work that I care about, that I'm passionate about. But it requires me to stand in a place of being sad and disappointed and frustrated and heartbroken in some ways. And then at the same time, hold space for the things that I am enjoying, the things that I'm really grateful for, the things that I believe are on the horizon for me and for my business going forward. And that's real. That dichotomy, that sitting in the middle of two different sets of feelings and making space for both is real. So I wanted to say it. And then the other part, and I'm going to go into a little bit more on the things that I'm grateful for, things that I am absolutely loving, because you all had such an outpouring on LinkedIn and on other platforms, on the social medias, on all of the socials, showing me so much birthday love. And I sincerely, sincerely appreciate it. I feel like, birthdays are one of the opportunities where we really get to center joy, and we center things that we're grateful for and gratitude, and it gives us the chance to be able to reflect. So in centering that joy, I have a list of things that I am absolutely loving right now because of all the love that I received. I want to then reciprocate it and give some of it back to us. And potentially that's where healing and that's where community building really happens, when we're able to share the things that we care about, the things that are most valuable to us. But I want to start with just a discussion that I'm seeing on social media around vision boarding. So vision boarding is really trendy this time of year. What are you up to? What are you doing? What's on your vision board? What are the things that you really want to project into the future for your life? And I'm here to tell you that I am a hardcore vision boarder. I believe in it. I fundamentally do it as often as I possibly can with people that I, love and trust, that can really encourage the vision and the dreams that I have. And that might sound weird from someone who spent most of her career being very practical, very literal, very measured, very corporate, right? And I'm telling you that the two things can exist, because vision boarding, when it comes to your life and your career, is really just allowing the vision and the desires that you have that maybe haven't fully blossomed, haven't fully realized, but they're deep down somewhere, some inspiration that you're motivated by, some growth that you hope to see. And vision boarding really allows that to come to life. And it allows it to come to life in a way that maybe it's not clear how it's going to happen yet, but it's clear that you have this desire. And putting that on paper, writing that down, putting on the point on some form of a board. And I'm looking over to my left here because my vision board is actually posted where I can see it while I'm recording right now. It is so critical to me that we have visuals and stimuli that anchor us back to where our true priorities are, our values, our needs, our goals, and we have them surrounding us on a consistent basis to keep us anchored. Because oftentimes all of the noise that's happening in the world can take us in a different direction and can steal our attention. And in that theft of our attention, we lose our ability to reconnect to the things that really are most important to us. And those things need nurturing. They need encouragement. They need affirmation. They need reinforcement. And vision boarding and writing down your vision is a way to be able to do that. So I sincerely believe if you are desiring something new for your career, for your business, for your life, for your personal life, for your professional life, for your faith life, for your spiritual life, whatever it is that you are desiring for yourself, to envision it, put it on paper, go the extra step, put it in a vision board. And I sincerely believe that those reinforcements keep us connected to those values and those goals that build into the mission that we are on earth to do. That is our assignment on earth. And like, I'll take it a step further. I also am loving, right? Starting on the list of the things that I'm really, really loving right now. We're in a full moon season, and I'm loving just the reset feeling of a full moon and charging my crystals in the moonlight, right? So that's a real thing for people, and it's a real thing for me. And I think these kinds of just practices and reconnecting to nature helps us to be able to show up better in our day jobs, helps us to show up better in our business. Because I think oftentimes we spend a lot of time in environments that are unnatural when we're in a, potentially if you're in the office full time, and you have to go into a building and be around other people, there is just a different set of stimuli that are happening there. And grounding myself personally when I get back into my personal safe space, grounding myself through these kind of rituals and understanding where I may be feeling, where my mood or emotions may be a little bit different, and that's tied to all of the nature that I am in and tied to the environment and the stressors that I'm having. I just sincerely believe in reconnecting to practices that anchor us to our goals and our values in order to catapult us forward into where we want to be personally, professionally, and spiritually. And all of those things working together is how vision boards and manifesting the life that we want. And it's not just manifestation for manifestation's sake. It's not this idea that, you say the words and it'll happen. It's this idea that when you say the words, you put it on paper, you put a plan in place to it, you adjust your habits to be able to realize those things, then you begin to see a shift. So it starts with the vision, then the plan, then the adjustment to your own habits, rituals, relationships. That's where the real magic happens, but it really starts with that vision. So I want to make sure that I gave folks an opportunity just to think through, this, what am I in need of in this season? And it's okay if you're not exactly sure what that is right now. I think the fact that you have stayed for this discussion long enough for this live means that there's something that you are searching for. There's something that you're looking to grow in, a way that you're looking to enhance. And that's why you're here. That's why you're here with me live. That's why you're here listening to the replay. So we are here for a reason together, and that's the work, right? Figuring out what it is that you desire for yourself and what your motivation values are going to be invested in 2025 and beyond is why you're here. And I am here to support you in defining success on the terms that you set for yourself. So I'm going to give you guys a list of what I am loving as I transition out of all of our starting discussion. But I did want to make sure that I let you guys know I really did feel the birthday love. It was absolutely overwhelming. And you guys know that I spend a lot of time on LinkedIn, but generally I'm not a social media girly. My team manages the social media for me. And that's really just for my own well-being. It is stimulating and overwhelming. And sometimes it's just not the place where I'm able to do my best work after coming down from a social media buzz or high. So my team really manages that for me. And for anyone who sent me a kind note, anyone who DM'd me, anyone who commented on a post, anyone who said anything in celebration of me for my birthday, I just wanted to give you guys a heartfelt thank you. I felt the love and acknowledgement, and I really appreciate it. So I want to spread some more love. So I want to tell you guys the things that I am loving. And this is as of January 2025. We're still very early in the year. So if you're listening to it now, all these things are available and accessible to you. And you guys know I'm going to lead with my most important and my favorite. That is the Career and Care Summit. So for all of you who have been riding with me for a while, you know for a fact that the Career and Care Summit is coming. It is less than 2 months away. It'll be March 15th in Philadelphia, 2025 at the Community College of Philadelphia. It's absolutely going to be a phenomenal experience, because I'm going to go into the next thing that I'm loving is I am absolutely loving curating this in person, very personal, curated event specifically for professional women in the Philadelphia Mid-Atlantic region. I am loving curating this event, and every conversation I get to have with a sponsor, with a speaker, with a moderator, with an attendee who's reached out, it just reinforces how powerful and what an amazing experience the Career and Care Summit is going to be for everyone who opts in, grabs their ticket, and chooses to be in a room. This is something that I don't know that we'll ever be able to recapture that I'll be able to fully capture in words, but I know that the experience is going to be transformational for everyone who chooses to join us in person. And there's still time for you to go grab your ticket. Okay, the other things that I'm loving right now, and there's a range, so just ride with me, right? I'm a fully baked human. There's lots of dimensions to my life, to my personality, to the business, to the work that we do. So some of these might catch you off guard, but ride with me. So the first thing that I am loving right now, and this is, I was a little bit late to the party, I'll acknowledge that. I am absolutely loving listening to the book Waymakers by Tara J. Frank. The book is available on all listening platforms, and I am actually testing out Libby, which is the library app, to be able to get digital forms of books via the library app and not via the other platform options, because I believe in libraries and I think they're necessary in our community. And they're doing the work in the background to be able to build an app for us. So I want to use it. So I'm loving the app, and I'm loving listening to Waymaker by Tara J. Frank. I'm late to this. This book came out maybe 2 years ago, and I have been following Tara's work. I admire what she does as a leader and as a professional development expert, and she is just giving us all of the gems that are necessary in order to navigate this next phase. And I just feel like it's even more poignant for me in 2025. So I'm absolutely loving listening to Waymaker, and it's in Tara's voice. Like, that makes it so much better. It is actually in her voice. So I'm excited for that, loving that. The other thing that I'm loving, and these are in no particular order, but I'm loving all of these things, is for all of you that know I'm based in Philadelphia, watching the Philadelphia Eagles continue to win, like win on big stages and really march their way into the playoffs. My family is a big sports family. And it's a nice break on occasion to be able to pause from all the things that we're doing. And sport allows us to like come together as a community and ignore or take a break from some of the other things that may be taxing or challenging for us. Now, I don't love everything that the NFL always does. So I have to live in that dichotomy, but I absolutely love watching the Philadelphia Eagles win, and just the wind beneath the sails, wind beneath our wings that it gives to the city of Philadelphia. When the Eagles are doing well, so many things in the city end up going well. So I am grateful for that. I'm loving that. The other thing that I'm loving is Diary of a CEO podcast. Now, again, maybe I'm late to the party on this, but I'm here to tell you I'm a podcaster. Many of you know the Career Gems for the Journey podcast. We have over 100 episodes published. It's a fantastic resource if you are looking for bite-sized, very digestible content around career, authentic stories of wins and lessons, because we don't talk about losses, we talk about lessons on the Career Gems for the Journey podcast. So I am a podcaster, and I know what it takes to produce a podcast. And I listen to other really high quality podcasts, and Diary of a CEO is one of the ones that I am enjoying tremendously right now. Stephen Bartlett is just bringing on guests that are digging deep into topics that I am personally connected to. And this is, I mean, it has to be week maybe 14 that he's brought on a guest that I'm like, absolutely, I wanted to know more about it. So I am absolutely loving Diary of a CEO podcast. The other thing is, oh, and this is like more personal. This is closer to home. Again, this is another Philadelphia-based, absolutely love. I'm watching Lola Bakary. I am loving watching Lola Bakary do a full book launch for her book, Responsible Marketing. She is phenomenal. She's brilliant. She is such a talent, a top voice on LinkedIn. And we got connected years and years ago during lockdown days on Clubhouse. So that tells you how long I've been following Lola's work, because Clubhouse days were way back in the day. But I'm watching her launch and be on all of the platforms, and her book get the acknowledgement that it very much deserves. So I'm thrilled for that. Loving that. And I'm also loving, finally, this connection that in the community potential that the Career and Care Summit is introducing to the city of Philadelphia. So I'd gotten asked to potentially do the summit in other markets, or would I consider doing it in other locations? And the answer is not yet. And I'm not saying no for good, but I'm saying not yet, because I believe that the market that I am in and that the population of people who this summit will serve is absolutely deserving of a really high quality, intentionally curated experience in the city of Philadelphia for professional women in person. I believe that we deserve it. I believe that the market will benefit from it. And I believe there are people that are going to get connected as a result of the spiderweb connections and networks that will come from this summit. So I'm absolutely loving what it will look like in the future. And I don't know fully yet. I am operating 100% on faith that doing this work with intention and serving this population of professional women aged 35 to 55 will absolutely make a huge impact, transformational impact for those who join us in person and anyone who actually hears or is connected to someone who attends the summit. So I sincerely believe that that's on my vision board. That is something that I wrote down. That is something that is tied to my assignment for the time that I'm here on earth. And I'm thrilled to be able to do the work. And I'm absolutely terrified. Let's not make any bones about it. The truth of the matter is I am absolutely terrified and excited, but I'm feeling the fear and doing it anyway. And I believe on the other side of it, it's absolute magic. So I appreciate you all for riding with me here today. This has been another wild ride and excitement and experience in our fullness, in our total self. And I appreciate you all for joining me live. I appreciate everyone who's listening on the replay. And I will see you next Tuesday at the same time, same place. You can find more information about the Gems for the Journey, Career Gems for the Journey podcast at gemsforthejourney.org/podcast. And you can also grab your ticket to the Career and Care Summit at gemsforthejourney.org/events. Tickets are still available. I cannot tell you how long they're going to be available because they are actually selling fast. You will see some of the updates on our social media as folks who are grabbing their tickets and then letting us know that they're joining us. So we're excited for that, and we're excited for all that will come. I will give you guys just one ad. We have an amazing speaker that we've added to the slot. Her name is Dr. Sophia OBGYN. She also has a wonderful podcast. If you're watching us live, you'll see that I put her face on the screen. This is a hot take announcement. Dr. Sophia OBGYN will be joining us at the Career and Care Summit. And I'm telling you, the way that she is going to get us on the right page on all things related to women's health. And we're talking about everything from mammograms to menopause. So all the things that you've been talking about potentially in your group chat, maybe it's taboo, maybe it's not getting discussed on social media. We will absolutely do it because we believe it's necessary and important. And we want to give you really valuable substantive input at the Career and Care Summit. So we're going to do that. And Dr. Sophia is going to help us be a part of it. So I'm excited to see you all there. And I will see you the next time that we're together. We'll have another announcement and speaker drop. Until then, make your journey work for you. Talk to you guys soon.